Are you struggling with scrolling, distractions, and lack of focus, and inability to do one task with full attention onto it? No worries, I'm here to sort this shit out and take you guys to the next level. Just remember, whatever that you're struggling with in terms of lack of attention is not a habit problem. It's not a lack of discipline problem. It's literally something we call a frequency issue or an energy misalignment from what you actually want to do. You want to get fit, but you don't eat right, you don't go to the gym or take care of yourself. You want to build a business and make money, but you're not able to sit down and strategize or create a structure and execute. And it's not about how much ever effort and discipline and push you give to yourself that'll give you that result or change your way of focusing, because every time you try to do this, just remember you will come back to baseline if your internal state hasn't changed or your frequency hasn't changed or you haven't aligned yourself energetically. Why do I say this? Because if you try to go for 5 days to the gym while still holding the same assumptions and beliefs as the version of you who didn't want to go to gym, you still haven't found love in the process. You just do this external action without adding any meaning or actually changing your assumptions. You are going to come back to the same exact result. You start to feel bored of the gym, you stop liking it, and no matter how much you push, you start feeling drained because there is no flow. You haven't created that relationship with yourself towards liking this action. And so in order to like it, again, it's not doing some kind of action and then convincing yourself, oh, I like it, I like it, I like it, reprogramming yourself by doing affirmations or whatever. Nope. You have to sit down and go to the root of why you don't like it, why you don't want to get in shape, what insecurity or what is it that makes you feel like I don't want to get in shape or I don't want to pay attention to this, I want to doom scroll, I want to continue doing this. What about this activity is not exciting enough for you right now? So the question actually comes to, when you have to do something that you really love to do, isn't it so easy for you to do it without having to push yourself? It just happens naturally in a flow. Like if you're on vacation, vacationing feels easy. If you're creating something that you love to do, it becomes easy. Painting, singing, dancing, going out with your friends, all of these activities somehow are easy for you to do. So why is it that when it comes to taking care of yourself or trying to focus and create your business, it becomes a lot more harder for you? And this is very, very, very simple. You go to the root of why you don't like to do something, and then you realize there's traumas or something that happened when you were younger or something that's really destroyed your likeness towards that experience. You don't like it because there's some kind of negative assumption holding on to it. Many people, when it comes to making money, they have an assumption that money is evil, or I don't like money because you have to sell your soul. When it comes to building your body, you have assumptions such as, oh, there's a lot of hard work towards it, you have to be super consistent, and you have to slave over your entire life, you have to have a strong diet, you can't eat certain things, and then you consider not eating the right clean food as even more painful experience because you were eating junk or you were eating processed food. So you have so many assumptions connected to becoming a better version which don't support your growth. So you want to make $100, but you don't have the skill set, or you don't have the interest, or you don't have the persistence towards building that $100, so you can't go ahead, or you're surrounded by people who are losers. I don't mean to put anyone down, but I'm just saying you're surrounded by people who don't want to make money and you want to make money. Being in that environment isn't actually going to help you make money. Like, you could be someone who steps out of the crowd and makes money and helps others make money, but I'm saying that environment isn't really going to support you in the process of making money in any sort of way. So internally also, if you hold assumptions in any format or way that doesn't support your growth or support your energetic expansion or doesn't support you in aligning yourself towards that goal that you want to achieve, you are not going to be able to achieve it. You will always reset to the previous setting or the old belief system, because that old identity will drag you down or drag you back to who you actually are, until you decide, okay, I didn't like to eat clean because a version of me used to stress eat or used to eat when I was feeling uncomfortable since I was young. I didn't like to work out because I considered looking in the best shape of my life would mean being visible or being seen or getting compliments. And in the past, you were not getting compliments, you were not getting validation, you were not seen. So you consciously want this, but unconsciously, your old identity wants to pull you back from being seen, from being visible, from transforming. This is the ego. The ego always wants you to go back to the familiar past or an old identity which you were comfortable with. So realizing this will help you to break that pattern or that patterned way of thinking. And then once you feel you've broken the pattern, you feel a whole lot more lighter, and you'll be able to go and take these steps naturally. The drive to go to the gym comes naturally. You don't have to push yourself anymore. The drive to work on your business becomes natural. You don't have to push yourself anymore. You start falling in love with the process because you've broken those limitations, the subconscious limitations which prevent you from progressing in your life. So even when it comes to making videos, for me it was so uncomfortable in the beginning. Why? Because I held belief that people would judge me. I felt afraid to be pop off on YouTube or anywhere. I haven't popped off significantly in any format, but I'm just saying that being visible felt unfamiliar to me. Being visible felt like I would be rich, and the version of me who would want to be poor or broke, that identity would keep pulling me back. Hey, listen, don't be rich, because being rich means you would have to sell your soul, or money is evil. It's just about realizing there's so many mental blocks that you have in your subconscious, which you need to sit with it, go to the root, question yourself, ask the right questions to yourself, so you will come to a conclusion all by yourself. And that's why when I work with clients, we don't try to change things externally, we try to change things internally, so the actions externally become a natural flow. Because once the frequency is set, once the energy is aligned towards the version you want to expand to, everything becomes a natural flow state process. But if you try to do the action first and try to reach that goal, you will always factory reset, because you're drained, because you haven't changed yourself internally, your thoughts haven't changed, the beliefs haven't changed, nothing vibrationally or emotionally hasn't changed. You still react to the old situations, you still react to food when it comes in front of your face which you crave for, you still react to being broke, in the sense you want to spend some money on your business, you start thinking, oh no, I can't do this. But when you are in an abundant state of mind, you don't really care what you're spending on, as long as you know it's going to bring you a great return on investment. So if this video makes sense to you, like, comment, share, so that I can give you guys more valuable information where you can break your limitations in your subconscious mind and experience a better reality in the most natural way possible.